Hustle Gang, how's it going? Nikki, and I'm back. Haven't made new videos probably in about a week or so. I had to take care of some family stuff with my daughter, and of course, that comes first. A lot of energy is spent as parents working, doing the things that you do, of course, that you do want to benefit your kids at some point, and that is why we do the things we do. But then, kids, especially at a certain age, tweens, like 11 to 13, especially my daughter, she's uh she's at that age, so it's like you gotta put the energy back into them. I know, because we get tired, and me and her dad had this talk. He gets tired. Sometimes you don't have the energy, you don't have the strength, but it's like you gotta make the energy, because the stuff that's going on out here nowadays is getting hold of these kids. It's programming them. It's a lot of stuff going on. There's right now something that my friend sent to me on my messenger. It's a Momo challenge, and I'm sure you guys have heard about it. It's been on the news, and it's this weird, strange Japanese character. It comes in like a commercial ad, I think, while the kids are on YouTube for Kids. Which YouTube, I'm kind of really pissed about that, because y'all advocate this YouTube for kids supposed to be more safe, blah blah blah, such and such, and this is when the ads are showing up for this Momo challenge, and it's telling kids to do things like kill themselves or turn the oven on. I'm confused by this. Why would this be on YouTube Kids? And kids are watching. And my daughter's 11, but these kids that are kind of watching it, they're smaller kids. There was a little boy who was 7 in the video that my friend sent me, and his mom said, he just started not being able to sleep. He was scared, and he pulled the image up himself, and he was terrified. So we really have to be careful what content our kids are watching. We really have to be careful what we are allowing access our kids' subconscious minds. Because as adults, we have tools to clear that, to detox that. I do a mental detox a few times a week to just clear out any of the energy I've taken in over the week, or from, Facebook, Instagram. It's very busy, just from other people's stuff. Kids don't really know how to do that. It's like stuck in their brains. It's there. It's forming. So we as parents have to be responsible for doing that. And even I am guilty of this. I had to really pull back this week and put that focus really back into my daughter. We have to watch things with them. We have to do these things with them. We can't just leave them in front of the TV, or she has a tablet too, phone, all that good stuff. But it's like, this week, after seeing that and seeing like how impressionable that age is, it's like, she felt like she didn't have friends at school. And you never know what kids are going through. My daughter's cute, smart, all the teachers love her. Kids don't like those type of kids. So it's like, you may be teaching your kids to be a certain type of kid, but they're encountering other kids, and there are cliques. There are cliques as adults. I told her it's not really going to change, because women do that. I have women all the time have never met me, judge me based on what they see, a picture, what I look like. I post a lot of pictures, but have never met me, don't know my personality, and if they did, would see that I'm a wonderful person, very down to earth, very friendly. But as people nowadays, we're just not like that. We're very desensitized, and kids these days are even worse. But I am from the old school, okay? And I definitely come from that tribe in the forest called I Wish a Nigga Woods. Now, because I mean that. Okay? Because I do not play about my children. My child, she's the last small one. She doesn't have anyone her age really in our family or her dad's family. Her sister's in college now, and her brother's an adult. So it's like, they rely on us for the love, and we got to give it to them, period. Everything else can wait. We got to work, we got to pay bills, you have to do that. But like for me, I really had to pull back this week. So now when I do my videos, I'm going to be doing them either when she goes to bed, or I'll do a few, you know, the weekends I don't have her, or just, I won't really be doing it when I have her, because I want to really focus that time on her and with her. That really just showed me, sometimes it just shows you need to pull back and put the energy back into your child, point blank. So that's what happened. Okay, but yes, I did really miss making videos for you guys this week. I really missed it. Today's the last day of Black History Month, for one. And even though today's the last day of Black History, I will not be stopping my Black History facts, because I've found out way too much stuff. Like, I've really educated myself this Black History. I found out a lot of stuff I didn't know. Okay, and I've been sharing that with my daughter. I've been sharing that with you guys. But today, I have a really interesting topic. Something I definitely didn't know. Mexico. So all we really know about Mexico that you want to hear is the cartels, the drugs. We know people that are Mexican. Of course, growing up in Camden, really I had friends that were more Puerto Rican, Dominican. I wouldn't say really a lot of Mexican, but I really don't know much about Mexico other than you vacation there. You know, there is a huge drug trade there, just similar to here, and that the U.S. wants to build, well, Trump, sorry, representing the U.S., unfortunately, wants to build a wall to keep them out. But in passing on Facebook, I saw a post about Mexico, and honey, I was really like, wait a minute, Mexico. Y'all been our friend for a long time, okay? This is very interesting, and I'm going to insert a snapshot of the story. But basically, before we were freed, meaning before the Emancipation Proclamation, I did an oratorical report on that too. I should know the date, but I can't remember. That's because that was many decades ago. But before the Emancipation Proclamation, of course, slaves were running to freedom, and the majority of the time they were running north, because of course in the South it was beyond. I mean, Jim Crow was big. I mean, Jim Crow was big everywhere, but in the South, they catch you, you hung. You out after dark, you hung. I talked about the Emmett Till story the last time. He waved to a white woman or said hello. There are a couple different scenarios. However, in the South, you done. Forget it. Okay, so the slaves were really, the ones that were running, were really trying to make their way, some of them, to Mexico. Who would have thunk? And it wasn't to go to vacation or Cabo. Wasn't none of that. It was because the minute you stepped foot on Mexican soil, you were considered free. What? Hold on. Okay? Because I don't drink beers or anything, but I know the Coronas are from Mexico, and that's big there. I'm like, wait a minute. The minute you step foot on Mexican soil, for us, the slaves that were trying to get free, the minute you step foot in Mexico, you're considered free. Okay, so that's major, right? But the United States, here they come, okay? They wanted Mexico to sign a treaty with them to say, basically, when these slaves show up, y'all sign a treaty with us, we can come retrieve them. And they're considered slaves on your soil, and they have to be, what they would now say as extradited back, but it wasn't extradited then, it was horse and buggy and slave catchers. It's very different. But what you would consider extradited back to their slave master, back to whatever plantation, the Mexican government would not sign that treaty. They maintained that once you step foot on Mexican soil, you are free. Listen. Can I get a whoop whoop for Mexico? Do you know what that takes, those kind of guts, for them to say no? When they step foot on this soil, they're free. Y'all can't touch them. What? Okay, so now y'all understand what the long-standing history is between the United States and Mexico. They protected us. So all these times that I've really thought in some cases that some Mexicans or, some cities that have a lot of Mexicans or area of Mexicans really thought, lower of us, or hey, we don't socialize with blacks, or they even had a movie about I forget, Meet the Family or something, and the guy was from Meet the Pains, and he was marrying the Mexican girl, and the family didn't like him because he was black and thought he was a gangbanger and all that stuff. But nah, it's not none of that. That is a diversion. That's part of their system to teach us, to divide us, because Mexico helped us. Okay? They helped us. I'm really like, I read this morning and I was like, whoa. So to me, in turn right now, we need to do the same for them. Okay? They're trying to keep them out of this country. I think they're trying to keep them out of this country because, first of all, if they band with the other underdog minority, which is us, because ain't no bigger minority or underdog than us. Nobody ever suffered the way we suffered. I don't care what nobody says. You don't need a reparation to tell you that. We suffered. I posted something yesterday, not to get off topic, but about a 14-year-old kid. I'm going to insert a picture of him. He was the youngest person to ever be electrocuted at the age of 14. They said he murdered. This really was like, what? They said this little boy murdered two Caucasian girls, ages 7 and 11. Said that he murdered them. They found them in the woods. Had no proof. Probably just seen him walking down the street one day from the farm, from the plantation, that he did it. He was 14. They basically threatened his family and any black families or any black clergy from churches, anybody black showing up to this trial. It was a one-day trial. They found him guilty very quickly. Now, Mumia Abdul-Jamal has been on death row for how many years for killing a cop? Within 83 days, they executed this little boy. And I know that they did that very quickly because they didn't want there to be any type of an appeal. They didn't want anyone to come and rescue him because his civil rights had been violated. He didn't have there was no lawyer. He couldn't see his parents. They wouldn't let his parents come to the trial. They threatened them. Although, I'm going to tell you something. Now, the Ku Klux Klan might be scary. To threaten someone to hang them during the period of Jim Crow, whatever. But let me tell you something. As a mother, and I'm sure as a father, you would have had to hung me, because I'm going to be at my child trial. First of all, you're trying a 14-year-old kid. But you wouldn't have been able to keep me from that courthouse. We all going to die today. So, me, you, them, we going out. We going down in a blaze of glory. You feel me? However, his parents did not go to the trial. He was tried, and they found him guilty, and they executed him within 83 days. This little boy was so small. Back then, there was, the electrocution chair is very different. Like, now they don't even do that. They use lethal injection, so of course you're laying down. But back then, it was the old school electrocution chair. That was just a chair, basically. And he was so small, they had to put books on the chair for him to sit up on, for him to reach. Because he was a child, y'all. Okay? And they executed this little boy. Now, 70 years later, 2014, it was found that he was innocent. That he did not commit these murders. Yet y'all executed this little kid. 14 years old. Shame on you. Whoever was involved, wherever you're at, if any of y'all still alive, I don't know, your descendants, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm a very namaste person, and I'm very, I'm Buddhist, I meditate, but I will put a curse on every single one of y'all. Y'all descendants, your mamas, your grandmamas, your nieces, your nephews, a curse. Because that was wrong, and that little boy was innocent. And what can you do about it now? Nothing. That mother had to suffer with knowing her child was electrocuted. Couldn't even see her child. You understand? But karma comes back. Oh, I'm sure you've gotten it back somewhere, somehow, some way. I really feel sorry. I read that story and it was like, wow, we gotta really educate our kids. I don't care how good it look out here. Okay? We do have to really inform them of these Black History facts because they don't know how good they have it right now. They don't know what people have gone through for them to even decide if they want to vote or not. You want to go to McDonald's or Wendy's. When Woolworth was the place to be and you had the Woolworth counter, we weren't allowed to sit there. We had to have sit-ins to eat with these people who really, now that I think about it, I wouldn't have been too particular about it anyway because you don't want me there. But we had to have sit-ins to be considered equal enough to eat with someone of another race. Our kids don't know nothing about that. Definitely not. Imagine y'all going to Chili's, Wendy's, blah, 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 such and such. Y'all got it good. Everybody got phones, tablets. My daughter, she has PlayStation 4. Just anything and everything. What she wants or what she asks when they're good kids. They're smart. They get good grades. I've raised them that way or we've parented them that way. But it's like they have no idea from what they came from. So it's like doing this Black History for me is a little bit more than just about Black History. For me, I feel very, I don't know, like I'm so grateful to have. We may complain about things and things may happen, things may get you down. Like this week was a little hard for me mentally because if your child's not okay, ain't nothing popping. If your child is not feeling like herself, ain't nothing going on in the world, honey. It just ain't. It's not. It's just not. So, man. But that Black History fact about Mexico, I really needed to bring that forth because that made me feel like, wait a minute, I got a little bit of a bond, okay, with the Mexican people that I don't know about. I'm feeling a little bit like, wow, y'all looked out for us. Like, and I know we don't know that because I didn't know this, but y'all was looking out. And I appreciate it, Mexico. I appreciate it, okay? And we're going to get through this stuff we're going through, okay? Because we are resilient people. I'm going to say we because y'all welcomed us. And I'm sure it was a lot of people died trying to get to Mexico. But when they got there, y'all welcomed us. And I'm quite sure because this was in the 1800s, we migrated. So that's where you have a lot of mixtures of African Americans and Mexicans and Dominican and Cambodian. Okay, we're all mixed in. 6 degrees of separation is a real thing. Okay, so I just wanted to talk about that. I was really excited. I really can't wait to make this today because I'm like, oh, I haven't made a couple of videos. I miss my peeps. Let me, let them know what's going down about this Momo challenge. We must look out. And also just about our kids. Like, I don't know. It's like school is different than when I was in school. Yeah, people teased you. I was in the smart class always. Like, I went to Forest Hill. Hey, anybody went to Forest Hill in the CHIPS program? I went to Forest Hill for the CHIPS program in 5th grade. And when I was in middle school, I was in academically talented classes. So, but my peers were also smart. So it's kind of like, we're all nerds. It's like, you had the cool kids in with some of the nerds, but it was like acceptable. It's like nowadays, they bully you about anything. If you got glasses, if you got braces, but if you don't get the braces, they talk about your teeth. You need braces. Your hair. And it's like my daughter, I've posted my daughter many a times, and I'll sort of picture her little cute self, Bria. She's a pretty little girl. She's smart. She's the first to always raise her hand. The teachers love her. And she goes to a good school. She goes to a school in Delaware County. It's a mixture of different nationalities. So I'm like, okay, you know, she's getting a good education. But it's like anywhere and everywhere you go, I had to explain to her, happiness does not come from the outside. Happiness comes from the inside. So yeah, you have some friends in school and it may be cool while you're in school, but really you're in school to learn. And you're not going to really have too many of them friends, you know, when you grow up. I mean, I really didn't have a lot of friends in school. My friends were on the outside, or, you know, daughters, or like my friend now. Hey, Samu. We were friends when we were younger. Our fathers were friends. Our mothers were friends. Well, we were all Buddhists. So, you know, we were friends younger and connected as we got older. Really, I can only say I have, you know, a couple people I would call friends. And she's definitely one I would call my friend the most. But I explained to my daughter, you know, that's not going to change as you get older. Women are still caddies. Like that right now, they worse. As you get to your 30s and 40s and 50s, they worse, okay? They worse. So what you got to do is give yourself the love and get the love from your parents and your family. But that part isn't going to change. And I think she didn't really understand that. But it's like, I speak affirmations to my daughter. So now in the morning, before she leaves, I say to her, Bria, you're not ordinary, you're what? And she'll say, extraordinary. Yes, ma'am. We have to speak this life into our kids. Because really, the teachers got a hard enough job. They can't really do it with every child. And they can't really police everything that's going on with every child. It's our job. Okay, and it's our job to be aware. I ask my daughter 20 to 25 times a day, how was school today? Did anybody bother you? Anything go on? Anything look strange? Anybody make you feel weird? Did you need to go to your teacher about anything? And she'll be like, Mom, no, I'm fine, but I'm going to be that mom. I was like that with my daughter Maya, who's now in college. I was like that with my son. Because if you don't ask kids, and I mean, they're going to answer you, yes, Mom, but you got to dig deeper. Fathers too, I'm not leaving dads out. Because my daughter has an amazing father. Okay, we're both very much like, you know, it bothered both of us all week that she was sad or not feeling like herself. And it's like, it does take both. So where there are situations where you can have both, have that. Because I'm telling you, kids need that. They want to hunt for our kids. Not just boys, girls, and not just girls, boys. Okay, just period. We have to be aware. And I'm really, this week really showed me, all right, got to dig a little deeper, got to put a little bit more in. Okay, you might have to, you know, do a little less of what you're doing and put it back into her. Especially till she's feeling, you know, more like herself, or feeling strong enough that she knows, listen, yeah, I ain't got to be my friends. I'll tell you what I told her. I said, they don't want to be your friend? Screw them. Because if they knew what the real stuff was, they would want to be Bree and Nicole Griffin's friend. And if they don't, then they don't know where it's really at. And you don't want no dumb friends. Okay? And she laughed and said, right, Mom, I don't need no dumb friends. Amen, sister. Okay, so one last thing. You guys know I normally highlight an entrepreneur from Camden or Camden based. And I do want to highlight a company called Lede. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. It's a clothing company from Camden. And, the person who does the company is from Camden. And I will insert a couple shots from their Instagram. I like the company because they have bright colors. I saw some sweats on there that I really like, some crop tops. And the person paired some of the outfits with sneaks that like go perfect with it and really caught my attention. I was like, wow, I'm feeling that. And I didn't know that they were Camden based. So Lede, L-A apostrophe, I believe, D-A-Y. I'm going to put their Instagram, their Facebook, and I will insert a couple of pictures from their clothing line. Check them out, okay? Support. You guys know my last video I did WCMD, which I love. I've been listening to their streams. Really interesting. I love it. And I'm, you know, like I said, I'm from here. I'm from Camden. So, I'm I'm going to big my peoples up. They're doing amazing stuff. But anybody else, and like I said, you don't have to be from Camden. Entrepreneur. Entrepreneurism is hard regardless who you are or where you're from or what your nationality is. Also, pretty hustlers, I'm looking into doing podcasts coming up. I'm doing my research right now. I know you'll be able to get it on Anchor and probably some other streaming platforms. I want to have it on iTunes and eventually have a satellite radio show because I love this. I love connecting with my people. And it's fun. I can do this in my sleep, okay? Some of them will be ones that you stream and I have my friend on there and we'll have topics, and some will be ones that are you can actually see me talking. I think it's good when you can see the person and connect to them rather than just hearing their voice. But sometimes you don't want to just, it takes a lot to do all this, okay? You still got to get in front of the camera. You still got to make sure, you tight. You got to make sure that your hair is fluffy, lips is popping. You still got to do all that. So it's like, it still takes work. But I love it. And it's fun for me. So I think I covered everything. It's the last day of Black History, but we shall continue our road with Black History because I'm loving it. I'm feeling it. I introduced a Camden-based clothing company, Lede. Check them out. I will put a link to their Facebook and Instagram, and I believe their website also put a couple shots of their clothing line. I like them. They're funky, they're fresh, they're new, okay? And we also talked about something amazing, Mexico, and also kind of sad about the little boy who was the youngest one to be executed, period, in the record books. So I'm gonna put shots of all of these amazing things that we talked about today. I really did miss you guys. Okay, now I may be doing my other uploads a couple at a time, so if you see me wearing the same thing, that's why. Okay, but yeah, I'm just trying to condense my time because I gotta make sure I'm making this the time needed for my little one. It's just her. Everybody else is grown, and gotta make sure she's getting everything she needs. So love you, Bria. Mommy loves you. And I love you guys. And thank you for listening. Thank you for subscribing. Y'all been watching my videos because YouTube sent me an email like you got, what did they say? 1,600? I gotta see what they said, but it was something about my minutes viewed was 1,600 altogether. Something. I don't know. I gotta read my email, but thank you guys for viewing and watching. Like, I feel very special. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Continue to do so. And anybody wants me to talk about any topics, let me know. If you own any type of business, clothing line, you don't have to be from Camden, but I do definitely highlight where I'm from. I will definitely speak about you, highlight, put a couple clips in. Okay, we are supporting one another. And also too, like, wow, I don't know, that thing about Mexico just trips me out. Like, I never knew this. It's like, wow, they helped us out big time. They probably saved a lot of lives. Not probably, I'm sure they did. But that's great. That's amazing. And shout out to the village of people that we keep in our circles that really influence our kids, because that's really the major thing. Like, for real, none of this stuff matters if you don't have happy kids. If your kids are not happy, this shit don't mean nothing. It definitely means nothing to me, okay? Nothing. Because a happy child, you know how the MasterCard commercial says, and they'll show this is priceless. A happy child, a happy family is priceless. You can't buy it because they grow up to be either miserable or happy adults. I don't want that. Like, these are issues we need to tackle now. Watch out for that Momo challenge. Watch everything your kids is watching. Put the ratings on. Okay? Because they trying to sneak some stuff in here. I don't know. Do y'all remember, before I end, do y'all remember Professor Griff from Public Enemy? I used to watch his videos, and he will always talk about how Walt Disney, when the cartoons, the movies, would be sneaking in graphic images of like private parts subliminally. And the kids that are watching this stuff are young kids. So it's like when you get something in a child's mind, it becomes a trigger. And they don't know why they're triggered. Slick. but you're not going to catch ours, okay? Stay woke, pretty hustlers. Stay woke. And if you're not woke, get woke. It's easy. Read. Knowledge is free. I keep saying that. It's not only free, it's power. All right? You can't be more powerful than having knowledge. I don't care how much money you have. I don't care what you do. I don't care if you're a millionaire. If you don't have knowledge, you're poor. You're broke. Okay? So, everybody take care. Please check me out. I will be uploading in another couple days. And I'll have topics that I think you'll be very interested in. I know you'll be very interested in. As I said, we don't think. We don't do mediocre. Okay? It's either 0 or it's 100. There's no in between. So let's meet here again, same time, same place. All right, pretty hustlers. Take care. Love y'all.